Joined by Bron Breakker here right now. This year, especially, you've been getting a lot of praise from a lot of different names in the business. I've seen Hulk Hogan compare you to the next Stone Cold Steve Austin. Goldberg's said a lot of great things about your relationship. Even Sami Zayn, who you've been feuding with, has said if you stay the course, you can be a complete player in WWE. How do you feel about hearing that from like a variety of different names, and how do you process that and sort of capitalize on that? So do you think about trying to make sure that they're good on their word when you hear that stuff?
I mean, I'm really thankful and really appreciative of the kind words from all the, those huge names that you mentioned. I don't, per se let it blow my head up or get to thinking that I'm really good or some crap, because I know I have a lot of work to do and a long ways to go, because I want to have a long, illustrious career, and I got a lot of goals. So, yeah, but I mean, anytime those names that you mentioned, or, anyone who's been in our industry before and has done great things, that has, that mentions me or anything is positive and is great, So I really appreciate that stuff. I just don't let it. I don't get a big head or anything off of that stuff. I just stay grounded.
Obviously, you want to win the title at SummerSlam. You want to beat Sami. What else is on your bucket list? Like, did you set out at the beginning of the year, or maybe when you got called up, setting a benchmark that you would say, here's what I need to accomplish, whether it was the title or winning gold or not? Is there something that you were like, all right, I need to get to a certain point, here's what I need to do to get there?
I just think I don't have a specific, before I was in the Intercontinental Championship discussion, there wasn't a specific goal. It was just, how can I be, undeniable to where they cannot deny me to be in a championship picture of some sort. And, I think that's just what I did. I got to the point where, like, you can't, there's just no way you can put me in any other scenario to where I could be denied, other than championship one. So, I've put myself in this position. I've earned it. And, Saturday's the biggest match of my life. So we'll see how I handle the pressure.
You're a legacy talent. Obviously, people know your uncle, your dad, what they've accomplished in the wrestling business, but you're also coming into WWE as a football player. Two-part question. What are the biggest things you've had to overcome as a football player becoming a pro wrestler, and what's the biggest thing you've had to overcome as a legacy talent?
The physical part from football to wrestling is a big change. Just wrestling's tough, very, very tough. I don't think there's anything I've had to overcome really being a legacy child, just because it's been that way my whole life in sports. So nothing's really changed. But the sport itself is very, there's similarities, but there's also, it's big difference. Physicality is a big difference. So,
is there a match that you would show WWE fans, here's what Bron Breakker brings to the ring every time, whether it's one you had in NXT or one that you've had on the main roster yet?
I think me versus Ilya is about as informative of me as you could probably understand. Just how physical that I am, that I can fist fight with anybody at any point in time that thinks they're more physical, but they're not. It shows that I can go, that I can work at a level that anyone in the locker room, I can go. And that's watch any match, watch those.
All right, and then here's the second part. Is there a match when you were a kid, like you said, I heard you say in another interview that you knew you wanted to do this your whole life? Is there one match or maybe a few that you were like, oh, I saw that and, yeah, I really want to be a pro wrestler? Because obviously you grow up around it. You grow up in the business. Is there one that you were like, yeah, I want to do that?
I don't think there's one, just accumulation of a few, just seeing my dad and Scotty over time. Just watching their matches, that's what motivated me,